Today's guest is the calm, family, community, and sports-loving escrow officer who quietly saves South Florida closings. You're going to love this one. Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Digital Mayors Podcast.
Hi.
We are going behind the closing table today with someone who quietly makes a lot of South Florida real estate transactions feel, smooth instead of stressful.
Yes, we're talking about the person who is on the phone with you when you're nervous, who explains the paperwork in plain English, and who somehow also shows up for Battle of the Bands and Junior League events with the same amount of energy.
Yes, sir, and here's part of the reason why she has that energy.
Yeah, let's hear it.
You've heard of Mr. 305.
I have.
This is Ms. 305. She grew up in the, She grew up in the 305. She's a huge Florida Panthers fan. You going to the game tonight?
I am not going to the game tonight. Yeah.
Tonight, by the way, I'll keep it the introduction, but tonight, our motorcycle expo, which is over my head somewhere, is going to be up on the big screen because the motorcycle expo starts on Saturday. But her sons grew up on the local baseball fields, and if you have ever closed a home, if you ever closed on a home, there is a good chance that her team helped stamp that dream into a reality for you.
Yes, we're hanging out with escrow officer and community connector Colleen Tuttle from Florida Title and Closing Company.
Yes, and I'm excited because we're going to talk about what really happens inside the closing room and how she juggles family, community, and business, and how being involved with the Boca Chamber and the Junior League has helped shape her life and what she does.
Yes, and plus we have our local life lightning round. You'll find out her favorite local restaurant, what's on her phone's lock screen, and how she spends a day off in South Florida.
Yes, like I said, right? Stick around. You're not going to want to miss this one. So, again, the Digital Mayors Podcast, our mission is to highlight the stories, the people, the places that make South Florida a great place to live, work, play, learn, give, and thrive. And by the way, I'm Dan Nathanson.
Yes, and by the way, I'm Michael
Hey,
Nathanson.
I knew that.
Like Dan said, our mission is simple. We want you to love where you live even more by getting to know the neighbors and leaders who are doing big things in our community.
Yes. And as always, you can watch and listen to all of our episodes at lovewhereyouLiveFL.com, and you'll find local spotlights, resources, and a few ways our family of companies can actually help you with your home, your to-do list, and your outdoor spaces.
Yes, and today we're excited to have someone in the studio who has been a behind-the-scenes hero on at least a few transactions that our team has been a part of over the years.
Yeah, so Colleen Tuttle, welcome to the Digital Mayors Podcast.
Welcome.
Well, thank you guys. I am very excited to be here. And to just welcome and kind of like Kristen, you did mention the Florida Panthers.
Oh,
So,
yes.
of course, I did bring my little Florida Panther.
You are so cute.
But if you want to pass this around,
Kind of do.
I have some.
No, you did not.
I did.
I know what that is.
Yes, I know you guys know what this is.
Okay.
I know Dan's going to be very happy about it too.
Oh, yes, please.
Oh,
I'm going to take a bite right now, by the way.
yes, as you should.
I'm going to.
As
You're
you
taking
should.
a bite too, no?
Oh, no, yeah, absolutely.
Colleen,
Take it. Go
Colleen,
for
you
it.
can talk.
Yeah, I'll just keep on talking.
Oh, my God.
So good, right?
Ponda Bono
Yes.
from Colombian Coffee
the
House.
Colombian Coffee House. I'm going to give them a little bit of a plug because I stopped there on my way here. I know the
Thank
Nathanson
you.
boys love these little
we do.
treats, and it's
Thank you.
just a better way to
I'm
start
so
off
happy.
the day, right?
Yes, I'm so happy.
We love this. It's so good.
So cheers to you guys.
Thank you,
Cheers
Colleen.
for having me.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for coming. Oh, my God. Food. I love this.
Yes.
So for anyone who hasn't had the pleasure yet, give us the quick version. What do you do at Florida Title and Closing? Like, what do you do there?
So that's a good question. And I'll answer it the way that I always answer for my buyers and sellers, because to me, I'm a very visual person. So all the dynamics, Michael, you do real estate, and Dan, you do mortgages, and we all have to work together. So the easiest way for me to explain all the pieces is basically I'm putting together a puzzle. So I'm a middleman, I'm a neutral party, and when I talk to the realtors or the mortgage broker or the attorneys for the transaction, I have to put all those pieces of the puzzles together before we can say that we're closed.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're a very simple process. It's a small puzzle. And
Right.
sometimes, I'm opening up a 150-piece puzzle.
Right.
You've done simple
Right.
closings?
Simple.
Really?
A few
Simple,
of them.
yes,
Don't know what that
yes.
means. Don't know what that means.
Well, you should try us.
Right.
And listen, I want to add this as well. You're not just an escrow officer. You're not just a title agent. You're also plugged into the Boca Chamber, the
Yes.
Junior League of Boca Raton, and our local Realtor Association as an affiliate. So you're in the middle of a lot of the good stuff happening around here. How do you describe your role in the community?
I am a firm believer that it does take a village. And I think being involved with your community is super important. I was kind of brought up that way, growing up in Miami. There was a lot of changes when I was growing up in Miami. I saw all those changes, but we were always very involved. And so when we first lived in Hollywood and then we came up here to Boca. And I went to private school, so I'm very used to that community. So community is super important.
Yeah.
And I love it. Like today, I was just talking to a seller, and we both happen to have the same name, Colleen, which is not usual, and especially spelt the same way.
All right.
And then we were talking, and we have mutual people
wow.
that we're friends with, and they said,
that's
so-and-so
cool.
said to say hi. And that's the way a lot of our closings go. But being involved in the community, if I wasn't, I wouldn't have that experience.
Right.
And I actually come from a retail background. So I think your experience is super important. And just being involved and knowing what's going on, like, you mentioned the Board of Realtors. It's good to have a pulse on different markets and different areas.
For sure.
And I really do appreciate the opportunities that we do have here in Boca for knowing that.
Yeah. Awesome.
I love that. And so let's go back a little bit. Ms. 305.
Okay.
So paint
Let's
a picture.
do it.
Paint a picture for us. So what was it like and the transition to Boca world? Like how did that happen, and how did that kind of help make you who you are?
So I grew up in North Miami Beach, which is very close to like Aventura and the Sky Lake area. And I went to my elementary school was St. Lawrence. I went to an all-girls school, Madonna. So our community was super close, and I just loved Miami. I saw all the change, and we went through the first, like a lot of my friends were Cuban. I grew up with a lot of Cuban
In Miami?
immigrants I know,
Wow.
sounds crazy.
No.
And there was even a time where I could speak Spanish like no problem.
Oh, wow.
But then I went to school at Florida State, and there was no Spanish there. Came back down, and everyone was Portuguese.
Oh, right.
So that was a big adjustment. But we decided, I actually moved to Hollywood and lived in Hollywood. And then when I started having kids, and that's when I was still doing retail, I did title down there. And then, for school situations, we came up to Boca. So that's how we made the transition. So little by little. But I always worked in Boca. When I was in retail, I was always either in Boca or Bal Harbor, working the two areas.
Oh, that's very cool.
So what point did you start to realize, I like this mix of people, paperwork, transactions, and problem solving
the problem
that
solving.
eventually led you into title and closing work?
That is such a good question, and I love that question.
And I like when you say that when I ask questions.
Yes, that's such a good question.
Michael, that was a good
Yeah. So I love people being happy. Like, I am definitely a people pleaser.
And you're always a happy person.
Well, thank
Right,
you.
always.
I try. So being in retail, right, no one ever goes shopping and walks out of the store being sad. Maybe, you didn't want to spend as much, but you always have that good feeling, and it's, just good adrenaline. I get that with closings. And it's so nice when you're at the closing table, and, especially the joy that you get when it's a person's first time buying a house. And like, I had this couple who they were in their 50s, immigrated from a different country, came here, and this was the first house they ever owned, and they saved. And like, I just can't even tell you how good that feels
so
that you were a part of that. And
I'm with you. I
it's super
feel it.
stressful,
Yes.
and if I can alleviate that stress, that's my goal. Like, I just want everyone to leave happy.
Yeah, that's great. Listen, every time I sit with clients, I tell them, look, there's no such thing as a stress-free real estate transaction.
Right.
But one of our jobs is to alleviate as much of that as possible. There's a lot of stuff that's going to go on you don't need to know about because you'll stress too much.
Correct.
We deal with it every day. We'll handle it, and we'll keep you updated as we go. And then as far as closings, I tell everyone, too, this is South Florida. The only way you know that you're actually closed is when the money's cleared in your account.
Correct.
Before that, anything can happen because this is South Florida.
Right.
But no, I think that's great. Now, you and Dan were in a Boca Chamber leads group together.
Yes.
How did that? Well,
Oh,
how did
leads
that
group
side,
board.
yeah. So how did that side of your world start? Getting plugged in with the chamber and the the realtors board and stuff like that?
So the Boca Chamber actually started from Michelle Adams, who is with South State Bank, and her and I actually go back.
She's so nice.
She's so sweet. Yeah, she's a great person. And I got connected with Michelle when my kids were at Verde Elementary.
Okay.
And I was also working for Florida Title. They were our bank. So her and I just became close, and then she invited me to the chamber. And I love our leads group. I think we meet on Fridays, and it's just a wonderful group of people. But
I heard it got a little better recently.
yeah.
I'm so sad.
That's so funny. Why? What am I missing?
No, because did you not know?
No.
Dan is no longer in your leads group.
Oh, I did not know that.
I'm so sorry. Our coaching changed for our business. The call for our coaching, it changed now to Friday mornings at 8 a.m. And we pay a lot of money for that coaching.
Yeah.
And it helps our businesses a lot.
Well, you can bring it part of leads. We need a coach.
That is true. We can figure something out.
Yeah, we can do a group rate.
Oh, that's not
Right?
Yeah.
See, always thinking this is what you need to do in real estate, right?
Problem
How
solving.
can we turn it into a
I love
positive?
that. I love that.
I like
problem solving. And by the way, so speaking of that, when you think back to some transactions over the years, what did you notice that about what makes a good closing team with title, realtor, mortgage, everything? Like, what makes a good team, would you say?
Well, it's the key to every relationship, communication.
Oh,
If-
girl.
yeah.
Always.
That's the one
Yes.
word.
Yeah,
One word.
it's-
It's just a one-word answer.
Yeah, it's that's what it is. In all honesty, what we do for a living is really our work life and our work marriage, and we happen to have, and when I say we, I mean, including you guys, like, we have a bigger marriage, and we really have to talk with everybody. And there's a lot of times, like, you could just drop off a contract and know, and a lot of our realtors are like that. They know that everything
Right.
gets taken
Just gets
care
done.
of. But, I hear a lot of times where some people say, I've never even heard from, like, the sellers will say, I never even heard from the title company and all, and I don't even know how that's possible. Like,
Didn't we just
don't
have
know.
that with a transaction recently?
How about one going on right now?
Yeah.
And I'm not going to name any names. It was a Broward one, our listings. The buyer chose title. And we're closing on November 25th. That's in 5 days. As of yesterday afternoon, although we have begged the title company numerous times, they have not reached out to the seller,
Isn't that
who's in
crazy?
California and is a doctor and works very weird hours.
Right.
Yeah.
Crazy.
They did finally today, but I'm like, where's the intro at least? First off, when we
Yes.
send you when the contract's sent to you, it is what it. Listen, on our real estate team, we go into every single deal expecting everyone else to suck, and if they don't, it's just a pleasant surprise.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
It's
Right. We do everybody's
tough.
jobs.
Like, we're talking about
Because you're not
hundreds
sure.
of thousands, millions of dollars. You can't say hi.
Right.
I'm going to be your title.
And sometimes if you're busy, like, I understand that, because, if you guys are busy, we're busy.
Correct.
Yeah.
And sometimes the reality is that, there's so much time in the day. And I do stay later. So I'm not saying that I'm a 9 to 5 person, because
Right.
I'm not. But if I know that I can't get an email out, I at least will pick up the phone and call and say, hey, just,
Yeah,
try
but I'm
to
talking
reassure you.
3.5 weeks.
Weeks.
Yes.
You could
right.
get an email out in 3.5 weeks.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So a little later, we're going to come back and ask you one of the craziest or most memorable closings you've been part of. So, without naming names, of course.
Yeah,
So
no
keep,
names.
keep one in
Sure.
the back pocket for us.
Okay.
But in the meantime, we want to go to a segment that we love called First Job, Best Lesson.
Oh.
Guess what
So
that's
Dan, take it away.
So really, what was your first job?
Oh, gosh. Like, I used to work for my dad, but I'm not going to count that
Okay.
because that's kind of, I wasn't going to get in trouble there.
Right. Right.
My
I figure you get in more trouble.
Yeah.
I know, right? My first job, actually, I interned here at Jordan Marsh
Oh, wow.
at the Boca Town
I
Center.
remember Jordan. Martin.
Yes.
I don't remember the town center, but
I was a fashion merchandising major, and so you had to do an internship.
Oh, wow.
And I was actually here, and I was in the polo department. And there was, like, a lot of elderly people, and I was not exposed where I lived to that many elderly
Sure.
people
Right.
on a regular basis. And I was young, I was 20, 21. And
that's almost 5 years ago.
Almost.
I know, almost 5 years. Yeah. Yeah. But it was kind of weird to me because I was so young and I was so used to like lovey grandparents and everything. And I never saw some of the stuff that I saw when I came to Boca.
Yeah, I get it. So did you have a great lesson you learned from that job? Is there something you still use today in your world?
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome.
It was just being able to, like, when things are not necessarily what you think they're going to be. You know, like I had one perception, it opened up my eyes to other things.
Yeah.
And I was really so soft. Like if my dad yelled at me, I was in tears. So I had to get thick skin, which I never had.
Right.
So that was a good lesson for me. And also
teach me?
That's something we struggle with.
it's really, really hard. But yeah, so it was a great experience. And just allowed me to wear different hats too,
Awesome.
which I thought was very beneficial.
I love that.
Cool.
And so with that, today, when you walk into a closing and emotions are high, tensions are high, you know, someone that clearly has their guard up, is there, you know, do you have a strategy? Is there something you say or do to try and help just bring that stress level down a little bit?
Yeah. I try to pump people up a little bit when they're coming to the closing. Like, oh, you know, it's your time.
Yeah, you're celebrating.
You know, and it's great. And you also, in closings, you know, kind of back up a little bit. Sometimes they're very emotional for the seller. Like there's a story. There's a story behind every single closing.
Yes.
The story could be happy. The story could be sad. But there's always a story. So I try to recognize that there's always going to be that story. And if I kind of know what the background is because I've been talking to them for a little while, I'm like, you know what, you're going to be okay.
Right.
You know, like you're going to get through this. Your next
I feel
chapter is
better.
going to be, I know, right?
Thank you.
Oh,
Your next chapter is going to be so much better. And sometimes you need that.
yes.
And then other times it's like, oh, but you guys are going here. You're going to be close to your grandchildren. It's going to be so much fun, you know? And I try to match that energy as far as what the purpose of the closing is in a positive way,
Yeah,
you know?
that's awesome. Well, I always try and remind people because, listen, as you know, it gets emotional a lot of times, memories, and this is where I raised my kids and all that stuff. And what I try and remind people is this: look, it's wood, nails, and concrete. Okay, those memories can never be taken.
No.
The rest is just materials.
Right.
It's just materials. Those memories will forever be with you, no matter what. With your photos, your brain, that can't change.
Yep.
The rest is just stuff. It doesn't matter. And I try and make a little bit of a disconnect because it's tough as a super emotional person, as super emotional
Yes.
people.
Yes.
It's tough sometimes, but you have to remind people it's just material.
Right. And like we've talked about for years in the real estate and mortgage world is part of our mission, right? We say we are the lighthouse in the storm because every real estate transaction, even the smooth ones, aren't smooth.
Right.
Yeah.
There's always something. And we learned a long time ago that if we react badly, if we react super emotionally, they pick that up. Just like with kids, right? They pick
Yes.
that up. So we're like the ducks on the water, calm,
Right.
easy, smooth, and
then
below, paddling like a
paddle.
son of a bitch, right? Because you have to.
Yeah.
You have to still get stuff done.
Yes.
Right? There is we have functions in our job. There are things that we need to get done. And oh, by the way, manage emotions of people that
Right.
are
The least part is the
emotional.
house.
Right.
It's all the emotions.
A wise man once told me, who was my dad,
Yeah.
he said, you're never married to a house. Don't ever fall in love with a house because you're never going to be married to it. And as much as he told me that, when we left our house in Hollywood, like all 3 kids were born there. So it was very emotional for me. We lived next door to my brother and sister-in-law. Our kids grew up together like brothers and sisters, not like cousins.
Yep.
So it was very hard transition for me to come up here. But I had to create my people again, which is why I got involved in the community and just making sure. So it is super important, you know?
No, that's great.
love
So let's pause for a quick commercial,
okay.
if that's okay. This episode of the Digital Mayors Podcast is brought to you by our family of companies. If you are buying or selling a home in South Florida and you want a team that will walk you from the first conversation to the closing table, that's what we do at the Nathanson Brothers Real Estate and Mortgage
Yeah,
team.
it is.
When the inspection punch list pops up or the honey-do list feels too long, our Home Dudes Florida team can help with the handyman and home upgrade projects.
Yes, sir.
And when you're ready to love your driveway, patio, and outdoor space, Paver Dudes Florida is here for that. Our motto is simple. We do things the right way, and when things go wrong,
What happens?
we do the right thing.
do the
man.
right thing.
And you can always learn more at lovewhereyouLiveFL.com.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So, let's get back to you, Colleen.
Okay.
let us talk about what you actually do all day, okay? So, because most people only see the last few signatures, right?
Sure.
You don't just sit at a table,
That's it.
sign here.
Yeah.
So what are the things you and your team are doing long before closing day to keep people protected and keep things smooth?
Well, we always start off with ordering the title search first because that's really important. There's 3 things that we do in title. Number one, we want to make sure that the property is in good standing. So the 3 ways that we do that is ordering a title search, which will look at everything in public records. It's tied to names. It's also tied to legal description. We will order a lien search, which lets us know when we get that from the city as far as if there's any permits that need to be closed out, code violations, but also that the property is in good standing with the city.
Yeah.
And then if there is an association, same thing. We send a letter because you'd be surprised, or probably not, but sometimes sellers, they could be paying on their mortgage all day long, but maybe they haven't paid their association. And an association can foreclose on you.
And will.
Yeah, and will.
Yeah.
Much quicker than a bank.
Yes.
Yes. So we have to make sure that all of those things are intact first. And then depending upon, we kind of use the title commitment as our guide of what then we need to clear. Of course, it's a great day when like nothing comes back,
right?
you know, but sometimes there's a little bit of glitches in there and that we have to clear it. And sometimes it could be very simple. It could just be something that a title policy could clear up. But we have a wonderful team. Our underwriters are amazing. And so we're very thankful for them. And the vendors that we use, we have a very close relationship. Kind of like with you all, with your family of business. They've actually become part of our family, which again, that's how we are because we're more boutique. We're not huge.
Right.
And so everyone is very close that we work with where we pick up the phone. And again, it's just the communication.
And by the way, that attorney guy you work with, right? John Capeller.
John Capeller.
Right.
Yes.
We've known him.
I totally forgot that.
The one and only.
I totally forgot that. Yeah, we've known him. I've been in
million
business
years.
for 20 years now. We knew him since I've been in the business.
Since before.
He is a Boca icon.
Such a good dude. He's a good dude.
Yes, he very is.
And you
Smart
guys just
and
have,
helpful.
and you guys just have a great team that helps get everyone to the closing table and make things work. I mean, it's a pleasure, and it's great to have people like you out there helping the public because the public doesn't know. And by the way, it makes me think of my next question, which is for someone who's watching or someone who's listening, what's something you wish that they knew about title, about escrow, that would maybe make their life easier?
Ooh, that's a really good question. I would actually say about title, I think a lot of times, you know, I kind of spoke about this recently, is if you do a quick claim deed, people don't realize that there's no search done. So you can inherit problems.
Issues.
And if you inherit the problems, sometimes they're bigger than what you anticipated. So even though something could have been a gift or however it was conveyed to you, that can be a little bit of an issue. So it's not a bad idea or to do like a lien search. You know, I have plenty of realtors who will call me up and say, hey, listen, I'm going to take this listing. And so to take that element of surprise out, they're like, can you do a permit search for me?
Right. Just get
and
it out
we'll
of the way
just,
up front.
we'll get that done quickly so that there's never an issue. And the same thing with title. You know, we can go ahead and do a title search and hold on to it and then just keep on updating it. So those are probably the 2 key things that I would say,
That's
especially now, because some people are leaving South Florida,
Right.
but we are getting, a lot of people in. So with that transition, it's good to really know things about your property.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
And most don't. Which is okay. I mean, it is what it is. That's why we have people like you to find that stuff. But yes, it's better to know earlier.
Yeah, like listen, we say sometimes, on the real estate side, whether it's with a lien search or with a home inspection for a seller, get the skeletons out of your closet before someone else finds them.
Well, the biggest thing is open permits, right? Or expired permits.
Yes.
If a permit search wasn't done when that person purchased it, then they're not going to know that there was a permit. And then all of a sudden they come to closing.
Their headache.
Exactly. And so, they're all saying, well, why didn't this happen?
Right.
So we want to make all of you all look like rock stars.
Yeah.
So we try to do our due diligence on our end too.
And by the way, and it's all 9.5 times out of 10, it's difficult to get that done. Like we had an instance recently last year where someone had passed away, and there was it was an open permit.
I'm
do you remember
trying to think of which one you're talking about.
With the general contractor who we called, and he said, "Oh my God, I've been trying to reach her. I don't know what happened to her."
Oh yeah. Oh my God, that was crazy. That was Yeah, we work with a trust and estate attorney. We got a listing. He was the person to sign, and so we're going to closing. We finally get under contract, and we see that there's an open permit, and the person's passed away.
Mm-hmm.
So our administrator, Kelly, shout out to Kelly.
Thank you, Kelly.
Awesome digging.
Yes.
She found the contractor who opened the permit, got me his phone number. I called him, and he actually answered, and he helped us get rid of it.
And he was amazing. He was so gracious.
Right. He was like, oh my God, I've been trying to reach her. Is she okay? I'm like, unfortunately, she did pass away. I'm so sorry. He's like, and he was upset. And he helped us get it closed
That's
out.
a good guy, though.
Isn't that
That's
nice?
a really good guy.
Rare, though.
Yes.
Because what I found is a lot of times they'll just ignore you because, well, listen, I didn't get paid. I'm not getting paid. I don't care.
Right.
But, I forgot about that. Wow.
That was a good one.
So you've seen a lot of files, right? So, of course, without naming names. What's a moment where you thought, if we didn't catch this family would have had a very different outcome?
I would say, oh gosh, that's really hard. I try to put the bad ones out of my mind.
They're always there.
You know what? I just, you're talking about.
Well, it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. You caught
if you
something
catch
else.
it.
We caught it. We just kind of had one recently that gave us a little bit of a struggle. There was some judgments, not in English, that we had to get translated, but it was because of a quitclaim deed. So it took a little bit more time. I think it's still closed on time because we caught it early on. Yeah. But everybody involved was amazing.
Right.
So
it's
the realtor, when you have a team, it's just incredible how everyone can work together and get things done.
Yes.
It's right. A team makes the dream work.
Yes.
Right?
So communication, relationship, the whole thing. And do I remember that you guys caught some wire fraud that it was almost. It almost happened, right? It was a big one, if I remember.
Yeah, there's been a few that we've caught. We've also land fraud. We've caught about 3 of those.
God.
And that's what makes our job harder is all this vacant land.
Yeah.
Because no one sees a car pull up to vacant land.
Correct.
No one's checking out their land.
Correct.
And so we notify our underwriters so that they kind of put the word out. But there was just recently, we just caught another one, and one of my broker friends called me, and I'll give a shout out to Michelle Sesser, Ruttenberg.
Yep. Yes.
But so she called me to just kind of get some advice on what to do with that as well, and it was, it's good. We all, and that's why I say our team. We're all a team.
Yeah. Right.
And I will tell other title companies the same thing. I feel that just because we're on opposite ends doesn't mean that we can't
We're not
talk.
enemies.
We're not enemies. We all need to work together.
We have a common goal.
Because you could be holding escrow.
Correct.
And if I know that you're holding escrow, I'm like, oh, no problem. I know them. Everything's going to go fine.
Yeah.
And, when you have relationships within the community, and especially in this real estate world, I think it makes all the difference.
Yeah. And listen, the vacant land thing is crazy. I mean, in all honesty, I probably wouldn't take a vacant land listing unless I personally know the person who's selling it. I've heard they make fake IDs and voicemails.
Oh, we've caught the fake IDs.
It's crazy, and it's just too much of a risk.
Yeah.
Luckily, we have one now that is.
We've known the man forever.
We've known him forever. By the way, 4.77 acres in Jupiter Farms. You could build your own house, 4.77 acres, surrounded by water.
Water
So
on
anyone 1.2 million.
Oh, nice.
Do it.
Yeah.
Nice.
You know anyone?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So let me ask. So with this that we've been talking about, whether it's the general public, whether it's a realtor or a mortgage person, what if someone's picking an escrow officer, a title company? What are a couple of questions you think that they should ask to make sure they get with somebody great like you guys?
Will they answer the phone?
That's a good one.
Will they answer the phone? Do you have a relationship? Because, that's another thing. AI, offshore services, we really try to stay, although it could make our lives a little bit easier, but we really want to stay, very that homey feel.
Yeah, boutique.
Right?
You guys are great.
It does make a difference. And you kind of said, when people come in and if they're nervous, the majority of the times, I mean, you're always going to have those rare moments, but the majority of the time, everyone walks in, they're like, oh, it's so nice in here. Everyone's so friendly. And everybody greets you.
Yes.
You know, and so that's what you want when you're picking an escrow agent or a title company, is someone that you know is going to kind of take that off of your pressure, you know? Because if you're doing yours, you know, you're on one side and we're on the other side. If we're all working together, it just makes it go so much better.
When you can trust that the other parties of the transaction are doing their job, it makes your job easier.
Right. Yeah. And you kind of said it before, not to be reactive. Like you have to be proactive.
Yes.
I had a closing and it was on the buyer side and their company did not send the deposit.
Oh, well.
And so I just called around and said, oh, you know, I just have a question for you. And I called her and I said, hey, you know, just want to let you know, can you just call your office because we still haven't received it. And I knew she had requested it. So bottom of the story, she came and she thanked me. She goes, oh my gosh, the other title, if I would have been with another title company, they would have come in and said the funds aren't here.
Right.
And I have seen that happen, but that's not our goal.
Right.
Why create that?
Correct. Again, we have the same goal. Our goal is to help a seller sell a property and a buyer buy a home. That's the goal.
We want to get to the finish line.
Correct.
Everybody wants to get to the
Correct.
finish line.
Yeah, it's nice, like we said, when you have great teammates and you have that relationship and you have the communication, it just makes life so much better and easier.
Yeah.
I love that.
Speaking of better and easier.
Oh, that was a good segue. Speaking of better and easier, we want to take a minute just to highlight a partner who just made my life a whole lot easier. He's actually made our podcast producer Ben life's easier too. Our friend and past guest, Todd Rizzo, runs Rizzo Automotive Concierge Services. And yesterday at 2 p.m., he delivered my new vehicle to me at my house.
Oh.
We signed paperwork on the dining table. I mean, it was just the easiest thing. So if you see a face like this driving around now in the hydro blue electric Jeep with the top down, that's this guy. And by the way, the process, he makes it way easier. He makes it, you know, less stressful. And even after paying his fee, you save money. My payment is lower than if I did it on my own. And he beat up on the finance manager and the general manager a little bit, and they included like the tire package for me without any charge. So if you're tired of playing the dealership game and you want someone in your corner, kind of like we're talking about, right? Have a great team, have a great relationship. Reach out to Todd Rizzo at Rizzo Automotive Concierge Services and tell him that the Digital Mayor sent you.
Faux show.
I actually spoke to him.
Yeah?
Yes, because we're in the market for a new car,
awesome.
and I did speak to him, but we were already kind of talking to a dealership. But nice guy, totally called me back, and you know, he told me if I need anything, very friendly.
Love that. Thank you. Thank you.
Dan, will you pass the book, please?
Oh, it's time.
This is my favorite segment. We are now moving on to the segment called The Book
of Awesome.
So we're going to ask you to please flip to a random page.
Okay.
Read the bold headline at the top, and then tell us if it brings up a memory, story, or just something fun, nice, positive, and good. Or awesome.
Yeah.
Coming home after a long day to the smell of someone cooking dinner.
Oh my God. Yes, please.
Oh my gosh. Sign me up,
Right?
please. Yeah, I would love that.
Right.
I would absolutely love that. Please.
Yeah. Right?
You know who you are.
Pay attention. Pay attention.
The best.
Just got called
Oh
out.
my God, it's the best.
It is.
Right?
Yeah.
A long day. All you want to do is just eat something, shower, and lay down.
Yeah.
And when it's already done,
Oh,
I'm like, I don't
so
even care. It
amazing.
could be slop. I'm good. Just
yeah.
By the
I
way,
have to say, like,
that's the best thing about the Book of Awesome is it
Right?
reminds you of that stuff.
yeah.
Actually all three of my sons are pretty good about cooking. We do Taco Tuesday and all those
We could
things.
be
So
them.
they'll be
Yeah.
like cooking up things, and my oldest, Justin, really likes to cook. So there's plenty of times where he's like, I'm going to make this. So yes,
Yes,
I'm
please.
so on board of that.
That's very cool. So when you have a rough week or a messy file, what do you do, or what do you remind yourself of so you can keep showing up well?
How would I want someone to treat it?
Yes.
Bottom line, that's my goal at the end of the day is, you know, I do not take work home with me. I do not do work at home.
Good for
So
you.
I will stay in the office for as long as it takes to get that done because that's my thing. But if I was on the other side, what would I want that person to do for me? Because the home purchase is one of the biggest purchases you make in your whole entire life. And if you're lucky enough to do it more than once, you're lucky.
Yes.
But I keep that in mind, and that keeps me grounded, and that's exactly how I try to approach it. And I try to do my best. Maybe there's times that it hasn't worked out that way, but that's exactly
it's
how
intent.
it is.
Yeah,
It is.
I like that.
Yeah, super emotional, right? There's a lot of moving parts, and it's not familiar. Even people that have bought and sold 5 homes in their life, right? Which is a lot for somebody. That it's still emotional.
Right.
It's still crazy, right? So yeah, having that mindset of how would I want it? How would I want it on the other side, right? If I was on the receiving end of this service, of this transaction, what do I want?
I mean, I've called people at 7:30 at night. They're like, "You're still in the office," and I'm like, "Well, I know you called me earlier. I just couldn't get to it,
Yes.
and I really tried." And I don't know. I just feel that that's very important.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. So let me ask you this, because we've talked about this in the past. You're a member of the Junior League of Boca Raton.
Yes.
You are the co-chair membership, right? You co-chair membership development.
That's correct.
For incoming junior leaguers.
Yes.
What's that about? Like, tell us about that.
Oh my gosh, so much fun. I used to do all the training when I was in retail, so I love training. And so we have the new members coming in, and me and my friend Gwen
Okay.
Feliciano, many of you may know her, but we are co-chairing together, and it's just teaching them the Junior League way. And Junior League is about, women empowerment, women leaders, and a lot of the nonprofit organizations within our community actually received a lot of their experience and were past presidents of Junior League.
That's cool.
Which is really amazing.
Yes.
And so when we look on our president wall and we see all of that, it's just so cool to think like, oh my gosh, I know
Right.
that person. I
Right.
had no idea. And some of the projects, that you just go by in our town or in Boynton are just all Junior League driven.
Very cool.
So it's a nice way, and I know Dan and both of you guys are like this, that you can touch a whole bunch of nonprofits.
Yes.
At once.
Yeah.
I love that. That's really cool. Thank you. So just to talk about how you show up in the community, right? Because we've already established that you're very involved in the community. You're involved with the Boca Chamber, an affiliate with the Realtor Association, and plugged into the Junior League, right? So I know my brother wanted to ask you about that.
Right. So the thing that I love is, right, so you did Battle of the Bands.
Yes, you did.
I did.
Can
And
you
it was
share
awesome.
with the world, what was the experience like for you?
Amazing.
Yes, you were so
highly
good.
recommend it. It was such a great experience. One of the things there's a few things that I like. So first off, I mentioned earlier that my children went to Verde Elementary, and we actually, I was, PTA president on the PTA.
wow.
And so we always applied for that Golden Bell grant, and our school was lucky enough to get it.
Oh, nice.
The kids going to Boca High, they received
Right.
that Golden Bell grant, right? So now being on the other end of it and bringing it full circle and being able to help raise money for such an amazing organization and purpose was great. And now that part, the fundraising
Right.
part out of it, my band members out of office, woo!
You guys were
I
awesome.
love you guys.
Awesome.
And we had such a good time. We were just sending texts with each other. I couldn't have been put together with a better group. I'm so glad that I kind of just went in with an open mind. I
Yes.
didn't ask for an instrument. I didn't ask to be with anybody. And I just let it up to God, and it all worked out great.
I love
So
that.
just
Great
had the
job.
best time.
Yeah.
Listen, I was first row for the entire thing.
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't even sit. I was standing on the corner,
Yeah.
singing, jumping.
Yeah.
We had a
It is
blast.
I love this event because it's people that you
Right.
network with.
Right.
Yes.
Your work
Who have no
friends.
business being
Yes.
on a stage, and it is so freaking cool. It is
it's
such
amazing.
it's honestly probably my second favorite event of the year.
I
Aside-
have to
after what?
agree.
Shoot for a change.
Oh,
right?
shoot for a change. I suppose we get that. So just to quickly get back to Junior League, how did you connect with them initially? And was there a moment when you said, oh, these are my people?
That is another good question. Good question.
Thank you.
So after, and I know that you have teenagers and everything, so you can totally identify, Michael, is the fact that once my kids left Verde, they wanted nothing to do with me in middle school or high school being part of PTA. So I was very much used to helping children, right? So I kind of did some research, and I did a few other things, and I tried some different groups. But then when I found Junior League, and saw how many they can touch at one time to help children in different ways,
Yes.
that really led me to be, you know what, this is where I need to be. And I can make a difference, because that's really what moves me.
Yeah.
Is to, again, just make a difference.
It's
in
very
someone's
clear that
life.
you're someone who likes to be of service, who likes to be of
Yes.
value and make
That's
difference.
awesome.
I love that.
That's awesome. So for someone who's listening who has heard Woman Volunteer of the Year, right?
Yes.
But they don't really know what it is, can you share what the event is about, and why does it matter to you, Colleen?
I would love to.
Yes.
So, Woman Volunteer of the Year, big shout out to Namrata and Rachel. They're doing amazing, and their
Yes.
whole entire committee, which it's tomorrow.
Yes.
Yes.
So, if there's still tickets, please get them.
Well, this will come out after the event.
Afterwards.
Oh,
Yeah.
after.
So
Okay.
if you were there last week,
Yeah, if
Yeah.
you were there last week.
It was amazing.
it was awesome. We'll be there.
But
Worth
what
it.
it does is it celebrates all of the women volunteers within our community who work for nonprofits. And it's amazing. I wish I don't want to say the number of how many volunteers, but I don't want to say, because I don't want to say the wrong number, but it's definitely in the high teens.
Yes.
And it's just an amazing way to celebrate those women and their achievements within those nonprofit organizations. But it's also a fashion show that's put on by the resort of Boca Raton. And it's just a great experience, a nice luncheon, great auction items. It's just a fun event.
It is like
It totally
the event.
is.
Of the
Yeah.
year.
And it's funny, I was looking, because the Junior League's doing a great job of marketing it.
Oh,
by the
heck
way.
yeah.
And I'm looking at all the people who are up for the award, and I'm like, oh, she's awesome. I know her. Oh, wow, she's awesome. I know her.
Yes.
Oh, cool, she's
Same.
awesome. I know her. Oh my God, Fernando, she's my best friend.
Right.
Oh my God, like it is amazing women. I'm so excited to go tomorrow.
Yeah.
And,
It's,
and, and
And we've
especially,
been 3 or 4 times,
Yeah.
3 times, I think.
yeah, it's fun.
But I
And
was
it's
gonna
not
say-
just for women.
no, it's for everybody.
Yes.
But I love how it helps shine a light on the women who are doing work and moving mountains that they don't necessarily get the spotlight.
Right.
So this is an acknowledgement of that silent, quiet work that people are doing to make a difference in our community.
Yeah.
I love that.
Well, I'll tell you a fun little tidbit.
Yes.
Seven, I believe it's 7 of the nominees are junior leaguers.
Oh, cool.
So-
And some of them are the ones who actually started those organizations.
Love that.
So that's
cool.
what I'm saying. It's so nice to see everything go full circle.
Yes.
You know, it's, the circle
Awesome.
of life.
In our little old town. And okay, so kids, you're raising kids. You've raised kids. You're cheering them on at baseball games, juggling Panthers games, work, chamber events, junior league. What's the balance look like in your life? Do you take time for Colleen?
Sometimes, like I have a great group of friends.
Yeah.
Like I have a very close knit group of friends, and we all have our little code names. Like we have our brunch crew, our Fab Four.
Okay, all right.
We
cool.
have our girl gang. So
wanna be in the girl
all of
gang.
you guys know who you are in those chat groups. But so we have Geraldine, sexy Geraldine 6 or whatever it is. And at any rate, it's great. So my friends are the ones that, on the
That just help
weekends
keep you
I'll do
grounded and
something.
balanced.
Yeah.
Freaking weekend.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. So to shift gears a little bit and do our local life lightning round. So basically, these are some kind of fun, quick questions. Just answer from the gut. Nothing crazy here. Mike, I'll let you do the first one.
Thank you.
Okay.
And can I just clarify something?
Please.
Do I have to ask the question quickly, or can I? It's in the name and in the description. I just
Dealer's choice. I'll let you
Okay.
go.
Okay. Favorite local restaurant, and what do you order there?
Okay. Favorite local restaurant. So for Mexican, I go to Cafe, what is it? Cafe Masa. Oh my
where's that?
gosh. The one in the Cove.
Oh, I
upstate.
haven't
Oh,
been.
I've been there forever.
Yeah?
That's good. I
Yes,
like that
yeah,
place.
I like
It's been forever.
Yeah?
I'd go for a
Yeah,
long
they've
time.
been
Let's
there
go.
forever.
I like burritos.
Yep. And then if it's like Italian or something like that, trattoria.
Oh, yeah.
And then, steak. Capital Grill's my fave.
Oh, I do love
I love Capital Grill.
That's good. Okay, good. Those are good. All right, so second question. You do have your phone.
I do.
What's on your lock screen? And, if you can,
Show the world.
Show the world.
Oh.
Show your camera if you
Okay,
can.
So,
And is there a
think I
story
can.
behind it?
so the lock screen are
Yeah, so show your camera.
Aw.
2 dogs
Aw.
on there. One is my dog, Coco and the one, she's right there. And then that's Cooper, and that's my son's dog, Cooper. And yeah, they live at the house. And we have actually another dog, Jackson, who is my golden retriever.
Oh, awesome.
Very cute.
I love dogs.
Awesome.
I love dog people.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So you get a full day off,
Ooh.
right?
Okay.
No work, no email.
No chores.
What do you do?
Yeah.
How do you enjoy that day?
I'll tell you exactly. I'm going shopping and going to get some Bloody Marys.
Oh.
And
Do you do the Bloody Marys before the shopping?
yeah, you
That
shop
makes-
so much
right.
better when you have Bloody
Shopping
Marys.
is better.
That's perspective. Better.
Yes,
I don't know
yes,
what
so
that
much
means.
better.
Yeah.
With a sidecar of beer.
Oh, there
you
you
got to
go.
go all the way. If you're going in, you got to go all the
I
way.
love
I haven't
that.
had a good Bloody Mary in a while. Where do you like your
Oh,
Bloody Mary?
so my friends and I are Bloody Mary connoisseurs. I don't like horseradish, so that's my issue. Let's see,
Your only issue?
yeah, I know that's on that side. There's a few here and there. So my favorite Bloody Mary, I like it with all the stuff. Do you like all the stuff in your Bloody Mary? Yeah.
But I like horseradish too.
Yeah.
That's okay.
But they can take that off, you know, so that's fine. So I really like Yard House. It has a good Bloody Mary
Okay.
because they give you the sidecar. The sidecar
Right.
is always the plus. JB's on the beach is
Okay.
fun because you can
Okay.
also then catch the music.
Right.
So that's fun. And being on the beach, how can that go
Right.
wrong?
Yeah. That's the best.
Yeah, so those are just
Okay.
a few places.
I do love this part because not only do people get to maybe learn a restaurant that they don't know, they get to see who the human is behind the email signature,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that's one of the reasons. I mean, selfishly, we just want to learn more, better places to eat.
Now I want a
enjoy.
Bloody Mary.
I know,
Right.
right?
Well, not now.
No.
Not right now.
Not right.
Well, next time I'll bring some.
There you go. Bloody Mary and Pan de Bono.
God, it's been forever.
Just saying.
Although I'm not a huge drinker, so whenever I order it, I tell them light vodka.
Like yeah. But you know, you can have it without even the
Oh, yeah.
vodka,
I know.
and it just tastes so
Yes.
good.
I love it. Yeah, I absolutely love it.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. So, when you look ahead a year or two, what are you excited about? Something from Florida Title and Closing Company, family, or your community work?
So in the next few years, I've kind of said it. You know, I'm interested in doing something like this. I'd like to get, you know, I love just reaching out to people. So my job allows me to do that with Florida Title. And I think that's really important. We're growing. We now have an office in Naples, which is
cool.
really nice.
Do you volunteer to go there?
I know. Right?
John,
I'll go
we
there
have
for the weekend.
Christina there, and
Oh,
she's
too bad.
amazing. She's been with John for a long time, and she's doing her now her second appearance with John. She worked with
Okay.
John in the past, and so I'm looking forward to that growing, and I'm also looking forward to my kids. Like
Yeah.
my son, my youngest, Jonathan, he's at USF, and he's just having the time of his life.
Awesome.
And the other two are just doing amazing at their jobs. Like it gets sad.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. It's,
I get it.
I feel that way about this guy. Right? There's almost an 8-year age difference here.
I'm younger. Just
My brother's younger than I.
Yeah.
And I feel that way. I'm proud. I'm excited. I'm sad. I want him to stay the little boy. Like, so I get it.
Yes,
that's
yeah.
why I stay immature, buddy, for you.
Right. You mature- Is that what
And
it
he
is?
loves your kids. He always
do.
is
He
bragging
does.
about your kids.
Right, they're all
so, you know, but
Yeah.
I just love seeing the people that they're becoming.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
know,
cool, right?
I am such an end user.
Yeah.
Like I love seeing the outcome.
Yeah. I love
Cool.
it. I do love that. All right. So what's a way that you think our viewers and listeners could support you and your world this year? Whether it's, you know, Florida Title and Closing, is it something with John? Is, you know, yes, referrals, right? Obviously we want
Right.
we want realtors and mortgage people and the public to call you and reach out to you, and we'll have all your contact information in the show notes so people will be able to get a hold of you. But so something that people can do to support you, again, work, junior league, woman volunteer, like what would make you feel good?
You know, I would say just, you know, obviously the obvious 561-392-3636 is Florida Title.
Yeah.
We're, you know, just a phone call away. But, you know, just always thinking of us. We're never, as far as Florida Title goes, I'm not trying to, you know, step on anyone's toes or anything like that. But John sat, you know, on the board with the city council for like 15 years. He was very big with the George Snow Foundation, also Habitat for Humanity. He had a long run with them where we did all the closings for them. So it is about giving back, and we would just like to be able to share. You know, he's a great
He's
attorney. And it's just nice. So I would say that to just think of us.
Mm-hmm.
And then as far as community wise is, you know what? There's a lot of people that could use a smile. And smile doesn't cost anything.
Yes.
You know, that's something that we all can give is a nice smile.
I love that. Thank you. That was a good answer.
And listen, before we wrap up, we want to highlight 2 of our past guests and friends. Are we still friends? They're probably mad at us. I still have their dish.
I'm sorry.
It's Dan's fault.
I'll get you
It's my
the
fault.
dish back soon.
Isaiah and Taylor Baker from 1-800-STRIPER of Boca Raton. Striper.
Not stripper.
Right.
Striper. They help local businesses and communities with professional striping for parking lots and more. They're expecting a new baby any day now, which is amazing.
Any
that's
second.
fun.
And like any growing family, they would not mind a few extra projects on the schedule to help pay for some of the growing family expenses.
Yes, sir.
So if you or someone you know needs their parking lot freshened up, check out 1-800-STRIPER of Boca Raton at 1-800-STRIPER.com and help support a local family who's investing right back into our community.
Yes, and they're awesome people. It's great to support, just like with this, right? Support nice people who do great things for our community. I love that. Colleen, this has been awesome. I love that you've pulled back the curtain a little bit on the closing process and everything you do for the community. Really, I'm glad that you.
Thank you. Thanks for
agreed to
having me. It's
come
been
here.
a lot of fun.
Yes.
I really had a good time.
Yeah,
Good. Well, thank you. And for folks who want to connect with you, follow your work, or maybe have Florida Title and Closing help with their next
That would be nice.
transaction, where should they start?
Yeah, give that phone number again.
So our phone number is 561-392-3636. And you can find us on the web at florida-title.net. And or see me around town and say, hey, I saw you on the Digital Mayor podcast.
Yes, exactly. I love that. And like I said, we will have all of Colleen's links and contact information in our show notes. And if you are watching or listening and got value from this or enjoyed this, please share it with a friend. Share it with somebody right now who's thinking about buying or selling, or with a fellow volunteer who loves seeing people like Colleen get the spotlight they deserve.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
And if you want help with your next move, need a handyman project handled, or you're dreaming about upgrading your outdoor space, you can find everything at lovewhereyouLiveFL.com. That's the hub for the Nathanson Brothers Real Estate and Mortgage Team, Home Dudes Florida, and Paver Dudes Florida.
Yes. So, Colleen, thank you so much for being here. Again, my brother and I are grateful that you made time to come chat with us. I'm so glad that people get to learn a little bit more about you, because I just enjoy being around you, and I enjoy more people need to know Colleen.
Well, thank you. I love you guys,
Thank
and
you.
I really appreciate the time.
Thank you. Yeah, you've been awesome. So we will see you guys next time on the next episode of the Digital Mayors podcast, right?
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, we appreciate you. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
6-7.
Bye.
Bye.